What was the worst reason you got bullied for? Being poor, which was really weird because it's not like I went to a private school with a bunch of rich kids like the people I went to school with. Their families were more than likely also on welfare. The only difference is that when their parents or other family members did have some extra money laying around, they'd buy the kids expensive shoes and clothes from Hollister. There was never any extra money in my family. Like there was even one time my senior year the math teacher asked everyone to stand up if they would be using financial aid for college. Me and one other student stood up and some guy yelled, "Broke asses," which the class laughed at. My teacher was so confused and was like, "I know for a fact none of your parents have the money to pay for you to attend college without financial aid," and called the class weird. That is an awesome move by the teacher. Having a shitty car. I bought that car with my own money while in high school and saved up for a long time for it. Maybe it's shitty to you, but not to me. I see my car and am proud I did it all myself. It also came from a peer in high school whose parents bought her a literal new car that came out the year before. She totaled it in 2 months. Then they bought her another new one. Also a very nice car. Totaled that 4 months later. Now she has a shitty car that's almost as old as mine. Because I guess her parents gave up on her. Karma's a bitch. I knew a girl like that. She had like 3 wrecks before she left high school. Her parents bought her cars each time. Having long hair as a guy. Always had the rocker look. It kinda happens when you're a musician. Got made fun of growing up for it. Jokes on them. My beautiful mane has gotten me more tail than most of the dudes I knew. I've settled down and still have long hair. And my girl of 6 years fucking loves it. Sometimes it does hurt to be beautiful. My sister. She spread rumors about me in high school. I stood up for the gay girl Harlot was being bull. My sister told me the reason was because I was gay myself. She even told a female friend of mine that I only hung out with her so my parents would think I wasn't gay. She also told some of the druggies that it'd sell my ad medication. So I had a bunch of people mad when I refused. Said when some of them got busted with drugs in their lockers. She said I made a list of everyone asking me for drugs and gave it to the police. My entire senior year was plagued with kids yelling "narc, arg" whenever they saw me in the hallway. What's your sister like now that you've both grown up? Do relationships like this ever heal? She's about the same. Worse if anything. The fact that she turned out so bad despite having the exact upbringing as me is the scariest thought I have becoming a father. Just for fun. A group of bullies. They would never bully me individually. In high school would follow me from class to class verbally taunting me multiple times a day. Every single day. When they didn't do that, they would beat me to my class and block the door so that I'd need to push past them as they harassed me. I became so paranoid that I thought that random people laughing on the bus were laughing at me. A friend of mine Harlot was on speaking terms with these bullies, finally asked them why they were doing this, and they said it was just harmless fun. When they were told what it was doing to me, they stopped. But by then there was only about a month of high school left before I graduated. It took me years to get over that. All because they were just having fun. For being tall as a woman. Don't get me wrong, I have grown to love my height, but when I was younger other girls would constantly make fun of me and men would be intimidated and call me a big girl, which made me believe I was overweight for years, even though I was underweight in my teen years. Being ugly, which made no sense to me, because if I wasn't attracted to someone they just wouldn't be on my radar in that way. Looking back on it, the girls that did pick on me were probably attracted to me. Having a Jamaican accent, I tried my best to get rid of it and did such a good job I now can't even fake it. Ironically, that probably would have helped with dating in my 20s, considering how many people are attracted to accents. Being poor, or more specifically not owning name brand clothing. But I think that is pretty standard, sadly. My eyebrows and my hair. My eyebrows are kind of thick, and so is my hair. People would say I had to use a chainsaw to cut them. Also back then my hairline was small, I guess, so people would make fun of that too. Funnily enough, the people lot made fun of me didn't have as much hair as I did, and their hairlines are starting to recede. Now, being bisexual, it seems that is accepted in teen years these days. When I was a teen, apparently it was not at all accepted. Born in the wrong time, I guess. I was also bullied for being poor and not having nice new clothes. As if that was in my control. Teens are mean. It seems they are better these days, and I hope that's true. Yeah, they are. I had the same thing happen to me, except I was a femboy as they call it, which made me look very gay. Then when I came out, I was bullied constantly for it as I went to a private Catholic school, so it is a sin to be homosexual. In high school, one person would keep making remarks about my super flat chest. When he saw that those comments got a reaction out of me, he doubled down and did it even more. As a result, I developed a ton of insecurity over my body in high school, which actually led to me being a little sex crazy during college, and then doing some things I regret. Thankfully, I take it all in stride now, lol. Trying in gym class, it even earned me a nickname that was chanted in the hallways. I would make myself intentionally late by taking the long way through my school just to avoid seeing those kids in the hallway. Middle schoolers are the fucking worst. Having shorts that were too short. In 5th grade, I'm a boy. People said they were gay. To be fair, I was kind of unintentionally a ass in elementary school, so I can see why the kids jumped on whatever they could to get at me. I didn't share my past with people, only talking about the good parts. So I got bullied because I didn't have a tragic backstory, and I twirled my hair while talking to a friend, which is now a universal sign of flirting. Still don't get that one. I had horrible teeth and 4th 7th grade were hell for me. I got called beaver quite a bit. I used to cry to my parents and beg for braces, but they couldn't afford them. They told me my dad had similar teeth, and they straightened out as he got older. For the most part, they were right. I can pass as normal now, but they still aren't the greatest. I was thin, clean, non-smelling local boy. Didn't expect to have any issues going into secondary. However, my primary school was a school of 24. Our final year was myself, one other boy and 3 girls. 2 of those girls I grew up with and were my best friends. His best friends were the year above lot left the year preview. Sly. So the first day we get to secondary school, all excited. Ted. He went to friends and that instantly got him more friends in year 7 and 8. First 2 years of secondary. Right. He decided to take the piss because his friends are girls. LS. Bullying started day 1 with name calling. By day 5 I was being choked out, spat on, hit and slapped, and that was just the 20-minute bus journey into the school. Guy was walking behind my chair in art class and I accidentally hit him while moving my chair out. He slapped me across the face, bullied me 4 years after that, eventually found out his dad hated mine because he bought the house he wanted. He even tried to start a fight with my dad on the front lawn after he bought it. Having a big butt and being a white girl, middle school was cruel. Taking out a group of kids wanted to copy my home like actually beating the shit out of them, and they had the guts to spread rumors about me having white hair and called me short. I didn't mind it as much as other times because beating the sugar out of them was fun. Fudgy I Robert, RT, Dylan, and Maximum and Tino. No. I practically got bullied out of my last job because of my PTSD. That's the worst. So many people fake having PTSD these days, so everyone assumes people with it are on the trendy train. Like having problems with gluten. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I know what it's like to lose a job to PTSD. I had more female friends in early elementary school than was natural for a boy. I was bullied for being white in an all-black high school. I grew up poor and had to work since I was 13. Some kids at school would pick on me for the clothes that I wore while they had Jordans and jewelry. I was always singled out, even by the teachers, and even some teachers had me sit in the back of the bus during school field trips and claimed it was for reparations. A lot of my peers didn't even call me by my name and just called me white boy. I was bullied a lot and was always told I deserved it because of slavery, except I didn't deserve it, and none of that actually happened. I made it all up because I'm actually just a racist. I never got bullied. I was 6 foot 210 pounds, Sister approved beef in high school, and offensive captain of our varsity football team starting in 10th grade. But I did bully the popular kids. Not all of them, but the ones that picked on the more helpless types of kids in school. I got some weird satisfaction from knocking them down a peg. For example, our starting QB used to mess with this one kid pretty bad. One day, he stole the kid's backpack and didn't give it back to him. Just straight up stole it. So during practice, I told coach I had to go to the bathroom, went into the locker room, took his keys, and stole his car. Left it in front of his house, but not before I let all the air out of his tires. Wrapped his car in saran wrap and left his keys in his mailbox. I got caught. He punched me in the face, and it was a hell of a fight. He was my teammate, so we had to make good. I told him why I did it, and he never messed with that kid again. Bullying someone for bullying. My hair. It's naturally dark and thick, so you can easily see it on my hands, etc. And OFC people think that girls should be absolutely hairless. Ironically, they love my eyelashes, eyebrows and my curls. I hate beauty standards. Lazy eye. Got called cross-eyed, or would be asked how are you even looking at, and I had to wear X specs for football, which are goggles pretty much, and when I did away with them, I got the same calm. NTS. But now my GF loves it, and I don't wear glasses or contacts, which correct the drift. When I was in primary school, I was bullied for being smart, as if it were cool to be a dumbass or have barely passing grades. I graduated top in my class and then went on to uni, where I did the same. After having had a successful career in a STEM field, I have to wonder where those bullies are now and how their lives worked out having accepted mediocrity. In middle school, I was bullied for having seizures. At the time they were uncontrollable because my doctors couldn't find the right medication for me, and I was just diagnosed so when I had them at school. This was the time of the ever so popular Razor phones. Feed flip those bitches out and record me, and when I came back a day or two later, they had no problem showing me the video and then getting on the ground and mimicking me. Thankfully, I went to a different high school than all of them and am 2 years seizure free. It took a while to find the right dosage and medication, but it's been 12 years. I found a dog on the street and took it home, bathed, and shaved it because it looked like it was on the streets for at least a month. Then I put up lost dog signs. It turns out it was one of my classmates' dog, so her parents came and picked the dog up, and I thought that was that. The girl Harlow Town, the dog, then started relentlessly bullying me. I got things like, "Ike, you probably stole my dog for attention." It turned into such a big thing that people were calling me a dyke and saying that I was trying to get the girl's attention by stealing the dog. I had to be pulled from my school. It's been like 22 years and I'm still baffled that happened. Ned. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.